A bit of pressure now on Mike Fagan. Europe leading 3-2. They led 4-2 after the opening session last year. If Koivuneimi can win this singles, it will be the same margin, and the Americans will be playing catch-up again. So plenty of pressure on Fagan, but he starts well. He's had a bit of time to settle in now with a couple of frames in the baker. Scored 202 in his defeat to the left-handed Paul Moore. Koivuneimi 212 in his defeat to Chris Barnes. Started well with 3 strikes in his singles against Chris Barnes, but still lost. And he's left the spare this time.
Well, it was a stone 9-pin, wasn't it? Only just a fraction high. This ball's cut right through the 1, 3 and the 5. And has missed the 9-pin.
Stays clean, Koivuneimi, but the early edge for Mike Fagan. He's had a poor run of it actually in the year, both to Chris Barnes, lost to Barnes again for the 3rd time in succession. His last singles win came in session 3, a victory over Tim Mack in November of last year. Great shot from Fagan. Starts with a double and increases the pressure on Koivuneimi.
Shot that was, starting way left on the approach. Got that ball way left on the lane and throws it wildly to the right. Lots of rotation and trips the 4-pin. Makes it 2 strikes in a row. What a great looking shot.
Needs to make this count, Koivuneimi. And does. Greeted with a big cheer and cries of moose, moose, moose.
2 of the top players locking horns, both regulars on the PBA tour.
Seems strange, doesn't it? We talk about Fagan and O'Neill as rookies. They are in Weber Cup terms, but far from rookies. Fagan will be desperate to get his first point on the board in the Weber Cup. Oh dear. Thought he had the strike. Again. The 10-10.
Fantastic rotation on this ball. Gets wide outside. Snaps back a fraction light in the pocket on that head 10, so this can only be hard and straight. Takes away the spare nicely. Would have been looking for the strike and slightly disappointed with that one. Chance for Koivuneimi now to double up and take the lead. He's had wins on the European Tour this year. On the Bull Masters Open in Helsinki, Finland, which was basically home turf. And also a win in Slovenia later in the year.
Great shot.
Makes the double. Takes the lead. And the Moose Patrol are out. That's the famous Moose sign that he gives to his fans.
You're waiting for that. Wasn't forthcoming after his strike in frame 2. It didn't let the crowd down this time.
Well, he too is playing that deep inside line, opening up the lane, almost going what we call coast to coast. Fagan, almost identical. The king of swing.
Well, he certainly swung that one in. Lovely shot from Mike Fagan. 3rd strike in frame 4. Just a little jig in his seat there. Chris Barnes hopeful that Team USA can end the first day level. This really is a crucial match psychologically, Cass. A big difference to go in 3-3 to 4-2 down.
Oh, it certainly is. Yes, indeed.
It really is. Mr. Consistency. 10-pin again. Not even close to dropping it this time.
Well, you heard him screaming out push. He wanted that ball to get down the lane before it snapped back. Hard and straight for the spare.
Yeah, never in doubt. Cup 12, the first of our captain's pick games continues. Mika Koivuneimi against Mike Fagan. And there's how we stand. 279 maximum for Fagan. 269 for And the king of swing really is getting into the swing of it.
A very important strike because it was 2 in a row. Second double, 4 strikes out of 5. He's really getting locked into this pocket now. Keeping his eyes and yeah, don't take anything away from Mike Fagan. He's made 13 TV finals, so he's certainly experienced in playing under lights on TV. As Mika rings yet another 10-pin.
Well, I think he'd break that pin in half, given half a chance, because it really has been the bane of his life in this opening session. It was the same.
I almost had my doubts about that one. I thought that one might drop in the gutter for just half a second there, but Mika's covered it nicely. Both these players moving around the lane, changing as the... Fagan working 2 strikes, 4 so far out of the 5 frames.
Oh, again, the 10-pin wobbled but didn't drop. It's almost like there's a bit of blue tack or something.
It did wobble, but it just didn't go. Playing such an important part of this game is that 10-pin.
Well, both players clean and both working on a maximum of 258. Focus in the eyes of Koivuneimi. Well, it's not the 10-pin this time.
Well, it's the 8-pin, and it was a soft one as well. Koivuneimi, a qualified electrician by trade before he became a professional bowler, so he won't be easily shocked.
Oh, I was waiting for the old cast puns.
Should be a straightforward spare, but it's not what he needs.
And takes it away. Well, it's not been an electrifying performance so far, has it?
Koivuneimi just 2 so far.
What a great scalp to take if he can win his first Weber Cup singles against Koivuneimi. And that's going to go some way towards helping him strike in frame 7 for Mike Fagan.
Yeah, he's not been far out of the pocket every single shot, hasn't he? He's really got lined up on this lane that's starting to hook. It hasn't been dressed for a couple of games. He's made the adjustment, he's made the ball change, he's moved left, using the whole width of the lane. Getting the reaction he wants.
There's the slight lead here against Koivuneimi. That's better. Right in the pocket for Mika Koivuneimi.
Yeah, the deficit remains at 11 pins. Pace on this ball. Gets to the outside boards. It's got enough time to come back and absolutely buries in the pocket, right in between the 1 and the 3-pin. Carries all 10, and captain Oscar Palermo loves that one too.
Desperate to end this run of singles defeats. Carrying over from last year. But Fagan keeps up the pressure brilliantly. Double through frame 7 and 8 for Mike Fagan.
Well, he's a man in form, as I said earlier. He's shot a 300 game in Korea the other week. And then everyone blasted back at him by our old friend Jason Belmonte. But he's a bit of a strike king at the moment, and he's really looking good.
13th in the PBA World. This result in the 3 majors PBA this season. His best finish was 5th in the Shark Oil Pattern Championships. Lovely shot, finds the pocket again. Koivuneimi for the 2nd time in succession. And if Fagan is to take the win here, Koivuneimi isn't going to...
It's foundation frame for Mike Fagan. He's got 3 doubles so far. This is a mighty important ball, and carries yet another 10. Chris Barnes absolutely loves it.
3 in a row for Mike Fagan.
9th frame. Working 2 in a row, and if he doesn't strike, he'll probably be out of this one.
Yes, gets it. Thought for a minute that that 10-pin was going to stay firm, but down it went. 3 frames 7 to 9. That's the strike here to bring up the 2 extra balls. That strike from Koivuneimi so crucial just to keep that pressure on Mike Fagan. Oh, and the 10 has stayed up.
Well, that's the 9. Takes the square away and earns that extra ball. Fagan's going to post the score on the door. 237 is no mean feat either. Bowled very well in this game. That was probably the first shot out of the pocket. So 235.
Koivuneimi, though, has a shot at it. And a chance to put Europe. Barnsley Metrodome holds its breath.
This has to be good.
Come on, they shout, and it's down! Koivuneimi earns the 2 extra balls. Mike Fagan will be hoping for some kind of split here. But he doesn't get it, it's a strike for Koivuneimi.
The Moose strikes, goes through the 230 barrier.